Hello everybody, so today I'm going to attempt another paper straw, but this time I want to do it slightly different. I want to try and do the ends of the paper straw with some sequences there. As you can see, they've got little holes in, but I will be making bigger holes once they're attached. So I'm going to cut my paper strips down to half the size what they are lengthways, done into a point like a tapered design, using some plastic straws this time to attach and make them more sturdy, and then obviously attach those to the ends. I'm working outside because obviously I'm going to seal them with the clear nail polish, which I'll put onto me skewers, which I'll put onto some polystyrene to dry, because the fumes can be a bit overwhelming, so I'm working outside. So let me just get me paper strips cut first. Right, now I've got my paper strips cut. As you can see, you'll start rolling from the wider end at the bottom till you get to the pointed side. So you roll from the bottom, obviously you roll the other way around because you want the pattern showing. Till we get to there, I'm just using some of this glue, and I'm rolling it on the straws. Now I've got the paper cut, I know where to cut my straws. Now the reason why I'm using straws is it makes the bead a lot stronger, plus it saves using loads and loads of paper rolling it to get the strength. You ain't got to use the plastic straws, this is just what I've got in the stockpile. Paper straws is just as good, unless you want to just roll loads of paper. So now I'm going to cut my straws to go to the size of the paper, the biggest, the width, not the smallest. Also, whilst I'm using the nail polish, is because you can use PVA glue to seal your bead, gives it strength, seals it pretty well. It just wasn't giving me the shiny look that I wanted, so that's why I use the clear nail polish. So let's get some beads rolled. So I've just done 6 beads for the moment, rolled 6 beads. Now I must say, using the straws 100 times better. One, you're not messing around with skewers or knitting needles, however you do to choose to use what you're rolling your paper on. It's easier this way. That way you're not messing around trying to get your stick out of it and all that, plus it keeps its shape. Like I said, you can use paper straws as well as the plastic. So obviously when you're measuring your straw to your paper, you measure the width, the biggest width first, then cut it. Or you could just glue your paper, start rolling it on your straw. Once you've rolled it a couple of times, then cut your straw. It works either way. I've just tried it and it works lovely. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of this glue, and I'm going to stick some of these sequences on the ends. As you can see, they kept the shape lovely, ain't they, on the ends here. And then once I've done that and let that dry, then I'm going to seal it with the nail polish. Obviously I might have to make the holes in the sequences a bit bigger, so I'll just like warm a needle up and poke it through the hole once it's attached to the bead. So I'm just going to do that next. Right, so what I've found, I've just done that, but I found, as you can see with the sequences, I don't know if you can tell, but there's one side it sticks up a bit, and the other side of the sequence is flat. So I've just tried it both ways on the bead, and I find if you put your glue on your bead and the sequence, the bit it comes, the side of where the bit comes up, stick that on, so you got the flat side of the sequence showing, and that gives it a lovely better effect, as you can see there. So of course I've got to make that hole a bit bigger, which I'll warm a needle up and put that through. So yeah, that should be fine. But yeah, it's give it a lovely effect. So now what I've got to wait for now is this to dry off a bit before I seal it with the nail polish. So I've just made a few more, so I'm just waiting for them to dry, and then we can make these holes a little bit bigger, and then we can seal them. So what I'm going to do is just warm the end up of this with a lighter and then pierce it through the centre of those to make the holes bigger. Alright, so what I ended up doing is getting a candle to warm this up, and then I made bigger holes. As you can see, the holes are a lot bigger, so I'm quite happy with that. So the next thing now is just to put the clear nail varnish on, nail polish, so, and then let that dry. So what I do is I put the clear nail polish, nail varnish on the ends first, both ends of the bead, let that dry, and then once I've done that, I put it on the skewer, and then I put the varnish all the way round, as you can see there. Then once it's dry, it's ready to, you know, thread for your bracelet, your necklace. So yeah, but the effect of it, the end effect of it is beautiful, because it makes it really glossy and shiny. It is very, very nice. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.